In the search of more work, I was chatting with a builder just recently, and he mentioned to me that he was looking for more work. And I asked him, what has he done so far to get more work? What's he doing to communicate to the market? And he said that he just reached out to some of the old clients that he's got. And I said, cool, that's a great start. So what else have you done? And he said, we've done some Facebook ads. I said, oh, cool, great stuff. How's that working out? And he said, not that great, yeah, here and there, but nothing really tangible. And I said, okay, how are you communicating in your Facebook ads? And he told me that he introduces himself and says he's a builder. He's got, multiple years experience, 20 years experience, and some of the jobs he's worked on and some of the things he can do, some of the tasks. And I said, question. And he goes, what's that? And I said, in order to get work, you need to get attention, right? And he said, yeah, I guess so. And I said, okay, so what you did, pretty much everyone's doing. So many people are doing it, right? So it's not really going to get the attention. And you need to do things a bit differently. And I said, are you open to doing things a bit differently? And he goes, well, what do you mean? And I said, well, instead of just putting up that you've got 20 years experience, X amount of experience, and the things that you do, a list, and reach out to you if they want any work done, can I make a suggestion? And he goes, yeah, sure. And I said, do you have any photographs or, more to the point, footage? So for example, let's say you built a deck and maybe you built multiple of them, right? If you've got any footage of them, let's say 5 decks, don't have too many pieces of footage, maybe 3 to 5 decks, and you can film it and say, hey, listen, do you like this deck? I built this. Go to the next one. Do you like this deck? I built it. Do you like this deck? I built it, right? And then you can turn the camera to yourself and say, I'm a builder. My name's X. And if you'd like me to build your deck, get in touch with me. I do have multiple years of experience. You can reach out to me and then give your contact. It's short, sharp, to the point, and somebody may see that and go, oh, actually, I need a Begolia built, or I need ABC built, right? Put that out. And the crazy thing about that is that you don't even need to do an ad. You can go into local pages, local groups, things like that, and put that up. And if they don't accept it, that's fine. Maybe you can rely on some ads. I mean, how does that sound? Because the reason why it'll be a little bit more effective is because people want to see the outcome, right? They want to see what it is that they would actually be buying. So when people say, they've got many years experience, not arguing that whatsoever. But me personally, I've heard so many people say that over the last 10, 20 years. And even just recently, I've seen people say it in the last sort of 6 to 12 months, where they say it and you see their workmanship and it's just not good. They think it is, and that's cool, whatever they think. But the outcome is not what, we wanted. And so we had to go get other tradespeople. So it's always best to not just talk about what you can do, but show it, right? And people will look at what you've done and then they'll be like, hey, I quite like that. And they'll end up having a conversation in their own head and sell it to themselves. They'll like it because they know what they want and they know what they like. You don't, right? You have a pretty good idea, but you don't know the person. You don't know exactly how they think, what they want, things like that. So if you show them the outcome, they're going to basically convince themselves. And then they'll more likely to reach out to you. And then at least that lead is going to be more real. Does that make sense? Get in touch with me if you'd like a discussion on how maybe you can move forward. Looking forward to hearing from you.